The way things are right now with our with the holidays coming up and everything that's on top of what's happening this year, now's a perfect time, and we're going to perform kind of an exercise that you set up a Google form on a link and send out an email to all your folks and create an account that's not within your domain, and create an account and send an email to them saying, your package, wasn't delivered and is going to be returned. Click here to fill out this information to have it redelivered. And just something to just kind of wake folks up, because you're going to get several of them that click, follow through, fill out their name, and then you have a Google form with all the people that click through on an email that they didn't have a package for them and it didn't come from. You can spoof the name at the top, but it's now's the time of year where that's going to be hitting people hard right now.
And there's several services, free, paid. I think there's some open source ones as well. I think Know Before, and I can't think of any others at the moment, but I know maybe the audience has some suggestions on that. But those helpful phishing exercise and exercise services, or that you can set up yourself. And what you'll find actually typically is that same person in, of course, finance clicks it every single time. And and that's, again, those are our first line of defense people. So we really need to double back, talk to them, maybe put it in your here in Oregon we have annual trainings that we have to complete before we can start the school year. Work on, maybe get the cybersecurity course added to your bullying, your harassment, and other courses that you already are doing. You might already have that provider in place. And they probably have a cybersecurity course that you could get at a reasonable cost, and just help. Again, reinforcement. Security is repetition. I think that's where we have to be.
You were mentioning free open source. I'll put it in the chat. At Canyon, we used a product called GoFish, and it's a free product. So we just set it up on a DMZ, and we basically bought a domain. So I went out and bought. I think I bought CanyonLSD.net, which our domains are CanyonISD.net. If you put them side by side, they look similar. I also bought something like Canyon IT Department or something.com, something like that. And so it's something a fisher would do. And so I went out and did that, and then I fished all of our staff using just kind of what I think was Tom that said, a Google form. And I'm not going to give the number that Canyon ISD did, but I'll tell you, if you do it, you'll be shocked, because we got the numbers back of people that not only clicked the link, but people who actually entered their username and password to change their password in the Google form. Yeah, so it's definitely, and we even made sure there was misspellings, a couple weird things in the email, a really goofy looking pasted logo. I mean, it was just really like third world looking stuff, and people clicked it and went right through.
And the worst, and worse than that, is that the spearfishers are scraping entire portions of your page, sticking it on another server, on like the superintendent's page, sticking it on a remote server and sending that to your folks, and they're looking at it and it looks correct because they stole it direct. They actually scraped it off of your page. So sometimes it's not even misspelled. It's given away by the URL. But again, we've got to keep working with our folks to make sure that they are. I think Cybersmart is what I think the term that we started using. So repetition, work with those folks, get the training in place.
And on the other side, if you are if you're an IT director, or if you're in control of the mail system, Exchange Server, Google, or Office 365, whatever you're running, there's some strategies that we've done that have really reduced that level of fake emails, gift cards, things like that. but you have to kind of do it slowly, 'cause otherwise you end up blocking things as legit. But we use regex entries, and so we find, like, with our Google system, we log in, we use some regex things that kind of are look similar to mail we've received, and then we automatically throw those in a quarantine. Or I think when we started sending it to their junk mail, and then now we've gotten so kind of or not strategic, so accurate with our regex that we just send it straight to the trash. It never even goes to their inbox at all. So
Right.
cut down a lot.
School principal XYZ or 2020 at gmail.com. Start zeroing in on those at gmail.com and yahoo.com email addresses and with your regex, and that can be very effective. And then if you have a tool like ManagedMethods, again, you can set up filters and find those things and continue to refine those things.
Yep. It does help when you do hit on a particular search criteria on a filter for a subject that's going out enterprise wide, that you can use a tool like that and ManagedMethods to search for that and delete them before they even really get into people's inboxes for opening.
It's an awesome tool.
Use it. Which is great.